In this short video, I'm going to show you a couple of my treasures. Now you're probably saying to yourself, oh well, this guy's easily pleased, and that's as maybe. But I like things like this, and what I have here in my hand right now is a piece of driftwood I found on the beach in Marigot a couple of weeks ago, and it's turned into a beautiful piece of natural art. And the holes in it are caused by Torado worms. The Torado worms are found all over the warm waters of the tropics, unlike gribble, which we find in northern Europe around the British Isles. Now gribble, when it eats into wood in the water, goes in and out like a stitching on a sewing machine. But Torado worm, they go into a plank and they turn left or they turn right, and they bore down the plank backwards and forwards until they hollow it out. They can do that because on the head of the Torado worm is like an auger, like a carpenter's auger bit, and they just gnaw away and drill away at the wood in the planking until they consume it. And as they go up and down the plank, they leave these long holes, which cause tremendous amounts of damage, and lots of ships were lost because of Torado worm. When they were in the tropics and they needed to be cleaned, the bottom needed cleaning of these ships, they would pull them ashore and pull them over. It's called careening. And the carpenters would go down and they would bang on the planking with their hammers and their mauls, and sometimes they would go right through the planking because of the damage caused by these Torado worms, which could grow up to 1 metre in length. So quite a formidable creature. Now this next piece is a piece of planking from an Arab dhow that was built in Tanzania or on the shores of Zanzibar. The dhows were damaged by Torado worm, and sometimes they were just beyond repair, and so they were hauled up the beach and dismantled or burnt. Now a friend of mine who was in Zanzibar saw this happening and negotiated with a couple of the shipwrights and the ship owners and bought them and had the wood turned into furniture and into pieces of art. This I'm holding here is a piece of planking that's been turned into a tea light holder, but it shows the damage caused by Torado worm. Some of the old sailormen said they could actually hear Torado worm boring through the planking. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Eventually, wooden warships and merchant ships were sheathed in copper to prevent damage from Torado worm. Of course, nowadays, we don't have so many wooden ships or wooden boats, and we have modern anti-fouling to keep Torado and gribble at bay. Right, that's my two treasures I've shared with you, and they'll now return to my desk where they have pride of place on the top shelf. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening.